Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for your support of Indie Agency News. And let's meet an indie agency. We're heading down south. Oh my goodness, are we heading down south? Even though you are bundled up. As we are recording this, you were telling me that there is a chance of snow, Tyler.
Yes, never happens, but probably won't happen this time either, but that's okay.
No, I know. That's okay. First of all, thank you for supporting our mission. Thanks for supporting everything that we're doing here. We really, really appreciate it. And when you first joined, I'm just fascinated by it. It's the first thing is when some of us in the business who have been around for a while are tired, we're like, oh yeah, TBWA Worldwide. And then we see TBA Worldwide. Give us the thumbnail of the company, because in digging a little bit deeper, it's a really great story with a lot of great agencies. So give us the thumbnail and the history.
Yeah, well, we could probably spend the whole time talking
Right,
about that, but I'll give you the short abridged version. So the agency started as just Brandon. Well, it's called Brandon now, the Brandon Agency. And then over the course of the last 10 years, we have taken the approach of acquisition in order to grow the company. So we've had the opportunity to acquire a couple of really great agencies, and some of which we've rolled into the Brandon group, and then some of them we've kept separate for marketing purposes and for new business development.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually have three that have their own name. We market them differently. One of which is called Travel Boom, which is a hotel and travel company. So we work with small independent hoteliers there. Joy Bite is another one based out of Arizona, which is a social media and influencer agency. Great group of people. And then the other one is 802, which is an SEO and performance search marketing agency. So we all work together, but they have their own individual clients as well too. So it's quite the heavy lift. So I do still work I do actually still work on an account at the Branded level, but I spend a lot of time with other companies as well.
Listen, every leader should be doing what you're doing, and like own one big account. I get that. I completely get that.
Well, I've had this account for almost 20 years, so
I was going to ask.
it's been a long, and they're great, and they trust us and let us do great work and try fun things, and so I wouldn't give that up. You get a dream client.
No, there's no reason to. Yeah, and what is really interesting is that you have this portfolio, but you are letting, for example, Travel Boom, that makes absolute sense. And just to be able to have that at least one step of separation, to your point, because it does become much more effective. And we could get into this argument of, I mean, I'm not going to bang on holdcos. Maybe I will, but an agency brand is still a brand. And I'm curious, from your point of view, the importance of having an agency brand when it comes to marketing, and especially in business development. What does that mean?
Well, as you know, marketers, a lot of times they want a specialist. They want somebody who really, truly understands their business, and it gives us a leg up. Travel Boom, specifically, like we really know that space. And so, when you go to an integrated agency, sometimes I think they don't feel like you know their business, and they don't want to spend the time to educate you, to bring you up on their industry specifically.
Right.
So Travel Boom's a little bit different, where they're, like I said, we're going after a specific market, whereas Joy Bite and 802 are more service oriented. And so those are a little bit different. We actually focus, on specializing in the service versus the industry. So it works well. And, we kind of always testing and evolving with it, but yeah.
No, I think that's so great. And you all learn from each other, which is really, really important. Let's talk about being independent. Why is it so important to be independent to you? And obviously it's, we talk about speed, agility, we talk about cost. There are a lot of different things that come up fairly consistently, but in your mind, why is being indie important?
Oh yeah. Being able to be nimble, make decisions quickly. You don't have to go through some kind of big red tape approval process. We're able to make changes on the fly, not only like with process and operations, but I feel like we're really progressive. We're really kind of digging into AI and trying things that maybe others aren't doing. I don't know. I haven't had a ton of time to talk to other people about that, but I do think it allows us to be really nimble and flexible. So.
Yeah, no, and that is huge. It is interesting because that's a consistent one. But
Hmm.
to our point earlier is that in talking to marketers and talking to CMOs, it is interesting that maybe their AOR is doing things that might be a little bit slow, but then they know, oh, we have this little thing over here. And maybe it's not a little thing, maybe it's a big thing, but we need a different take on it. So,
Yeah.
what are your conversations with marketers and clients around independence and speed and agility? I'm always curious to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the clients that we work with are, um, I mean, they're coming to us for lots of different reasons, but I mean, we're kind of best known for being a consultancy part agency. So a
Hmm.
lot of the people who come to us don't have large marketing teams.
Right.
They are maybe one or two people in their team. So they're looking for that strategy consultant part that can play kind of like a extension of their marketing team. And then we get to help them execute, which is fun. So I think that's where we're a little bit different. We can play just do the planning, just
Sure.
doing doing that, but we really like to be able to take the plan and bring it to life. That's the fun part of it.
Right.
So we really, the marketers that we're talking to are the ones that need an extension of their team, somebody that kind of help from start to
Hmm.
finish versus some of the marketing teams that may be more built out and you know they're doing things
Right.
internally.
And I think you probably answered this question. What the main reason a brand should be working with you? What would you say is the main reason?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I feel like our strength is the planning and the strategy and like saying, okay, let's think this through. What do we really need to do? What are our goals? Let's take the step back,
Right.
sometimes it's you have the tendency you want to just jump right in because it's fun, but
Right.
to really like think through like at the end of the day, what our goals need to be and let's hit those and like let's figure out the best plan of attack to get there. And so, really doing that upfront work and then executing, continuing like as much as it needs to be, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever it is, to make sure that we're kind of always lasering back and we're going to hit those goals. And so I think that's why
Yeah.
people, we're competitive. And so by nature, so I think we want
Sure.
to hit the goals as bad as they do, which is fun. So
Which I was giggling a little bit on that because it's you said the let's slow down for a second, and
yeah.
I've lived that before.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's like,
so
oh
easy,
yeah,
right? It's so easy to
right,
like, okay,
right.
let's start doing,
But it's
It's
the
like,
client, but
well,
it's the client too. Client
oh
sometimes
yeah.
just is like, okay, we're doing these 80 things. Oh no, 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 no. We're just gonna focus in on this one. Yeah, which is great. And that's a great consultative piece of this too. And that's it's the spirit of what we do as agencies. Let's talk about talent. Why talent should be putting all of your agencies on their list.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we're really proud of. Luckily, we most of our employees stay with us for a while, so I don't feel like we're in the constant evolution of having to recruit unless we're just growing. And so we're not
Hmm.
we're not in that, which is nice. So I'm really proud of that. But I think that we've been lucky. We're in some great locations. So people who do want to go into a
Hmm.
location office or want to be in a Charlotte or Charleston, or, big markets, we're able to provide that for people. So you got the location thing, but beyond that, I think we're really trying to train up our employees. That's a constant thing. That's why I still work on business. I want to make
Hmm.
sure that I'm still
Oh, right.
gosh, having to keep up with all the latest and greatest and that we're continuing to push people. And so I think our employees, our teammates feel that. They feel that we do want to keep pushing the envelope, keep trying new things. And so hopefully if you want to grow and you want to keep learning, then you would put us on your list.
Yeah, and what I love, you rattled off some markets that it's very interesting because I live in Portland, and yeah, I mean, with there are some agencies here that and some brands here that like obviously you would want to come work for, but people find out like, oh, that maybe the market is for me. Sometimes when people get here, it's not for them, and that's okay, by the way.
Hmm.
Uh, and so there may be talent out there that is thinking, I mean, let's be honest, Charleston's amazing.
Yeah, not a bad place
Charlotte's
to be.
great. I mean, and it's just it's one of those things where I and I don't mean this to sound pejorative in any sense, but some people might not want to go to New York. They might not want to go to San Francisco or LA, and that's perfectly fine. And there's so many great agencies in all of these different markets. I'm curious, what have you had talent that's like, yeah, I thought about New York, but I didn't. This is better. And again,
Yeah.
it's not for everybody, right? New York is amazing. LA is amazing. Like they're all amazing places, but really you want people to feel like really into it and very comfortable. So I'm curious your
Yeah, I
experiences
think
with
that
that.
people feel like that we are able to, we're still a big agency,
Mm-hmm.
but we are predominantly, most of our markets are in the Southeast. I mean, like I said, we do have the Phoenix office, which people love
Right.
as well. But we also have a lot of flexibility within our company. You can be remote, you can be in one of
Mm-hmm.
the office locations. And so I still think that people are like, oh, I can live the lifestyle. If I want to live at the beach, I can still do that and still get the great people, smart people, and we do have large accounts. I mean, they still get to work on some big brands
Right.
with some, nice budgets and things like that. So,
Right. Right. And in Phoenix, as we all know, it's a dry heat.
yeah, I love Phoenix. I spent some time out there this summer, actually working out there for a couple of weeks. I'm like,
Yeah.
I could do this. I like this.
It is a cool place. You know where I haven't gone yet though, but people said I would love. So I mean, I'm an Oregon mountain guy, right? Flagstaff. They
Oh, I
said
haven't been there either. I'd like to
no,
go there too.
dying to go there. Like that's
Yeah.
the place where people said, "Oh, you would totally love Flagstaff."
Do you
So
hike? Are you a hiker?
yes,
So yeah, so we need to go. If we like to hike, I've heard that we need to go
yes,
there.
understood. Understood. I like how we were talking about travel boom, and then all of a sudden this is turning into a travel segment. It's fine. I love it, but let's move back on.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourselves weirdos, misfits, or underdogs, or a combination thereof? And why is that?
Uh, that's a great question. I'd say underdogs. I think, we were founded in an area like we've just been talking about that's probably not known historically for producing like, cutting edge advertising agencies, but we've kind of broke that mold, I feel like, and we've recruited really great talent in our area, and yeah, so I would say underdogs for sure,
Yeah.
in a positive way.
No. Again, I don't mean that in a negative sense at all. I think it's a beautiful thing, and in fact, that's going to be one of our awards this year. It's going to be Wonderful Weirdos, Misfits, and Underdogs Award. So it's going to be our people-based award. So we just let's just say we're iterating by asking that question. Can I give you a nice
Yeah,
corporate speaky there?
yeah. I think I'm with you though. I think they're all good. I mean,
They're all
weirdos
great.
and misfits are good
Yeah.
too. So,
Yeah, exactly. Whether they are a client or not, who is a CMO or marketer that you would want to say hi to?
ooh, that's a great question. I'm
This is
trying to
our
think if
little
this is
this is
an
our little
agency
thought
question or
experiment.
if this is a personal question. Uh,
It doesn't matter. Go for it. Get personal if it's personal, go for it because it could be the agency too.
yeah. It would probably be sports related for me
Sure.
personally. So I've always wanted to work on the Atlanta Braves.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, this
such a like
interview's over. Philly guy. Please continue. Go ahead. No. I'll give you that
I
one.
grew up in Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm like, what an amazing franchise. I just think it's so classic at the core, but also yet they've done like such amazing things. So I think personally it would be, I'd love to work on the Atlanta Braves account. I think
Okay.
that'd be a ton of fun.
Can we both agree
But
that
as
the
an agency, we love CPG brands. So I also
Oh,
love them. I love emerging startup, like really cool CPG too. So I was trying to, I mean, obviously I don't know what that would be because, but I would
startup.
love
Interesting.
a
Okay.
startup fun CPG would be cool too.
Can we both agree that we both hate the Mets? Is that
Yes,
okay? Great.
100%.
And what do we
Yes.
think about the Nationals? They just sort of exist in my mind. They're not. They just.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting they're there.
Yep. Agree.
I mean, it's like what
And the
did you?
Dodgers. I mean, they took Freddie Freeman.
Uh, Dodgers. All these LA people right now are going, "Oh, no, the Dodgers." I'm like, yeah, okay, you're good.
They're good.
You're good. I mean, money helps.
Money
Happens.
does help for sure.
But then again, I have room to talk. I'm a Philadelphia Phillies fan, so I have absolutely no room to talk in that. But being in the Pacific Northwest, I can tell you that the Mariners very cheap.
Yes, they are.
Make a move. Come
Yes.
on. Invest. Make a move. Do us proud, Mariners. Well, this is great. When we do these, it's so funny. Usually when we're off camera, I tell people I can talk to you all day, and that's the truth. So, and it's a great thing, but I also fear that this could turn into a 2-hour show. So
I know.
we will continue this conversation later. But again, thank you so much for your support, and we wish you the very best moving forward.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you today.